Hello and good morning to everyone. Okay. Okay, on behalf of Credit Education Consultancy, me Bhavna Patrai as a Director of Admissions of Credit Education warmly welcome you all here in this seminar on study in Hungary. First of all, me as well as the whole Credit Education team is very thankful towards you all for separating your precious time in attending the seminar organized by the Credit Education as well as Leah College. You may have received schedule in your hand. We are a little sorry because we cannot move accordingly because of some technical problem. Today we all are gathered here to know about Hungary, especially about Hungary, as well as pros and cons of studying or living in the Hungary, education systems in Hungary, admission procedures or different requirements to get the admission in Leah College. That's why we have our guest over here from Leah College. Let's welcome Mr. János Pahi, University Representative of Leah College. Let's welcome him with great round of applause.
Oh, thank you. Okay, perfect. Until you speak.
Talking about Credit Education Consultancy, we were established in 2004-18 and we have 4 different offices in different parts of the country, like in Putalisarag also, there is in New Baneshwar also, here in Gongabu. Recently we have established this office and we have in Butwal also. Previously it was named, Credit Education was named as Euroworld Education Consultancy, but in terms of expanding our services to many other countries like Canada, Australia, UK, all the European countries, we have changed our name and location is also shifted here so that the students nearby this area could get facilities. Also, we are running RSPG classes also. Now, without wasting time, as we are already late as per the schedule, without wasting our time, I would like to invite Mr. Prasant Karki, Managing Director of the company, to tell something about the seminar as well as company profile. Thank you.
Thank you all. Thank you guys. You guys are such lovely guys. You made your time in this public holiday Saturday, and we are so thankful and we are so great that you made it all the way to attend this seminar. So, this program, I would like to welcome all of you guys to our institutions. It's a Credit Education, and it was also known as Euroworld Education. And on the behalf of Euro Education Group, myself, Prasant Karki, I'm actually the founder of this organization. It's been established, it's been more than a decade. We are on this education industry. So, beside that part, and I really thank Mr. János Pahi, who is one of my best friend, a brother from a different mother. Actually, I met János 4 years earlier in Budapest, Hungary, and we had a great time over there, and we discussed many plans, how to recruit international students, as well as how to recruit international students in the labor market as high skilled and skilled programs. That's the reason we have been cooperating since 4 years, and we are really happy and we are really fortunate that on our request, Mr. János Pahi spared his time to travel all the way from Hungary to Nepal for this seminar. So once again, I would like to welcome you by my heart, and I want you to assure that Nepal will be always a second home for you.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Beside this, why are we here? Obviously, we are here to attend a seminar on study and Hungary. So most of the thing, I would like to elaborate that why Hungary? Why European Union? Because the main reason is European Union has a wide range of diversities, and it has a multicultural linguistic diversity programs, as well as the living cost and the living environment is really affordable and suitable for Asian from Nepal, because we have same mountains, we have rivers, we don't have sea, but beside that the climate are still the same. And beside that, I would like to introduce LIA College. Short name is LIA, and it was established on 2001. Almost, it's been 2 decades. So, the LIA College have widened their branches in 8 of the states of Hungary. Isn't it, Mr. Janos?
Yeah, correct.
Yes. And what we emphasize about LIA College is that it's a skilled vocational academic program. Many of you guys have known that many students, they travel to Germany, they travel to Belgium, they travel to Sweden for this kind of courses. And the courses are really tough, and the sheets are very few. That's why most of the students could not make it. And we are really happy to welcome LIA College and representative Mr. Janos, that he made this thing happen, that our Nepalese students who want to enhance their academic career as well skill career in the market of Hungary as well as neighbor European country, this will be the good platform to spend a couple of years for their skill improvement. And we have been also recruiting high-skilled workers to all over the European Union, and thanks to Janos, it is possible since 4 years. So nevertheless, I would like to welcome you once again. You made here all the time for this seminar. So nevertheless, I would like to pass my mic to Mr. Janos so he can present his views, present the idea regarding his visit. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Prashant. It's a privilege to be here with you guys today, and I hope I can give you the best and the most knowledge about how to prepare for the European living, what is the main purpose of my arrival, and how to plan future together. A very important thing, planning future together. Did you like the videos actually you watched before? Do you want to visit those places? What do you think? What do you need in order to visit those places and visit other places in the world? Money, yeah? We all need money. So we will help you to achieve a target and a goal to make enough money to sustain a really, really good life, not just in Europe and European Union, but also in the whole world. LIA College has a really, really good career for you. We have a career opportunity, we're not just a college. I will introduce ourselves a little bit. We are a student agency, first of all. My company called EU Studies was established first. It was established 5 years ago, and we started to recruit students to the Hungarian market, manpower, and we became a visa and residency consultancy. As you can see the relation in between me and the EU Studies and LIA College. We technically recruit students and employees to the LIA College, to the EU Studies, and EU Studies is sending the people, skilled, non-skilled people, to the labor market. I will give you a bit of more information about the labor market, what changes has been made on the labor market and also in the whole economy of the world. Also, EU Studies is recruiting students for our own run college, which called LIA College. We are not dealing with master's and bachelor's degrees. We are not dealing with business administration and other famous courses, because there's too many. And because, just imagine, if there's too many tomato available in the market, what happens with the price? Is it going up or down?
Down.
Down, very good. So if there is very, very few tomato, the price is going up. This is what happened with the bachelor's and master's people. Our families, they encouraged us to go to do higher education. And unfortunately, the whole market, not just in Europe, but in Australia, Canada, America, everywhere has changed. Because our young generations, they only learn higher education. Leo College mission is to fill the places where actually qualified vocationals and also business-minded, self-employed people needed. So I will show you a couple of relations in between these things. First of all, I would like to go into the college booklet a little bit, if you don't mind. I have a college booklet for everybody. Mr. Prashant and the team will actually deliver this PDF format of booklet for everybody. This booklet is also for people who want to come to work in Hungary and who want to come as students. Why? Because if you're coming to work in Hungary, even if you have 2 degrees, 2 diplomas from somewhere, you still will be employed as low-skilled labor. Which pays best? Low-skilled labor never pays good. We will go into the details of the payments and the details of the salary, what you can achieve with Leo College and EU Studies and Credit Education Corporation. So let's go into this. Which one is the PDF? I opened the PDF. Oh yeah, that one. Thank you very much. So I want to show you available vacancies in the vocational market. What I'm talking about with vocational market is I'm talking about people who are working in agriculture, forestry, fishing, manufacturing, food, plastic, metal, energy, air conditioning, recycling, water management, construction, automotive, transportation, hospitality, IT, technical field. These are the fields where people are most wanted. Sometimes we imagine, okay, I want to become a business administrator and I go and I find a job. But unfortunately, there is 30 people available for each and every position in that field, in the higher education field. In the vocational field, as you can see, in 2015, there was 23,251 empty places, and these are only few of these vocational fields. As you can see, if you move forward for the next page, in 2019, these vocational vacancies, available vacancies, doubled. So what happens is the market really needs you. It's not just you, and not just in you and the Hungarian context. It is in the context of European Union, and it is in the context of the whole world economy. That's what happens with the economy. You know, we became a bit of lazy people these days, but we are not lazy to study, of course, but we don't want to use our hands. I want to tell you a few things about myself. I have started my career in Ireland in 2004, and I was working on the building site really, really hard in order to get skills, in order to get knowledge of English. I never learned my English in college, you can imagine. I learned it from the life, but later on, yes, I joined to a college, and I went through a lot of steps in order to achieve my goals. And we can show you how to achieve your goals without waiting so much time. I was waiting more than 15 years to start achieving my goals by teaching myself to be able to do the things that I want to do. We will show you and we will help you to reduce that time for only a couple of years. Okay? So, moving back to the PowerPoint, our PowerPoint present. Oh, just one more thing I wanted to show you. Can you just pick it back to me? One more thing I wanted to show you about what is actually going on also in the Hungarian market. This is just Hungary, and these statistical data, it's very important. I know it's boring information, but for you, it is really important to see that this is the place where you can actually fill yourself into positions. Just a few seconds. This is actually just the electrician, vocational electrician, working in the vocational sector. Who's the gentleman? Mr.
Arsen Randai.
Nice to meet you. Okay, salary ratio between 4 years ago and now in Hungarian currency. This is also a very, very good demonstration how this salary changed in the market as the economy changed, as the vocational people were required more and more and more. I'm talking about those vocational people who are doing also waitering, serving food, but at the same time having the ability to open their own restaurants and to do their own business accounts and everything, so they can run their own business. I'm talking about all the vocational fields who are in touch with these crises and problems. In 2015, as you can see, the non-skilled is the blue, skilled is yellow, and you can see that the highly educated is the gray. So in 2015, as you can see, 100,000 forint is about, I can tell you in India rupees if you want. Euros, okay. 100,000 forint was about a bit more than 300 euros, okay, in the non-skilled environment in 2015. It was growing a little bit, but not much. Non-skilled never pays well. Why? Because there is a lot of non-skilled people in the world. And as we had the example with the tomato effect or any commodity effect, the price or the salary stays down low. As you can see that the vocational actually started on about, let's say 400 euros, and it went to roughly 750 euros in 2017, and now it's reaching more than 1,000 euros. I'm talking about the basic salaries in vocational field. This is why it's worth to study vocational, because business administrators in the offices, you see, gray one, stayed low and will stay low. I had a conversation with a couple of consultants to Australia, and they mentioned that actually it's the same effect to Australia. The vocational people, carpenters, electricians, beauticians with their own beauty business, or any other vocational people, they're earning actually 2-3 times more than average bachelor holders who are working in the office. Okay, so it's very important to see how we went forward with these with the changes in the past few years. Just a couple of seconds, please. It's just adjusting to the next slide. So our next slide is the purpose of the seminar. We have several different purposes today. It's not just educating you and giving you knowledge or information about what is required in the current market, employment-wise, but also how to integrate into a new community, a new area. So we will talk about preparing for you, living expectations from abroad. What expectation do you have? Can you tell me what do you expect from a new country? Just a few words. Anybody?
Why Hungary? Why Europe?
Not just why Hungary. What do you expect in general? In general, what do you expect from abroad, moving to abroad?
Better life.
Okay. Education is one thing, but we want to use the education for what? Achieving a better lifestyle. Security. Security is very important. Some countries, they provide very good healthcare system. Hungary, I think, is in the middle, kind of in the middle with it. We have okay medical system, free medical system for those who are working in Hungary or having a business in Hungary. But of course, for most of the European countries, you can apply the same policies. Also, you have expectations for also security financial-wise. So you want to be able to predict, as the predict education is, predict your future. Or if you can't predict, at least make a plan. There is no point to run around with 2 degrees or 2 diplomas or 3 diplomas to Portugal to do non-skilled work with the 2 diplomas. What is it good for? Portuguese country will only employ you in the low-level agriculture or other low-skilled work, even if you're highly qualified. I have students, I have workers who went to Portugal and they want to come back to Hungary. and they want to go to other countries in Europe, but they can't. I tell you why, because we will talk about the residence permit use, the very important aspects of the residence permit. Companies, comparing agents, it's a bit wrong phrasing, I would say comparing consultants. There are consultants who are what? Who are only looking for money. There are consultants who are really giving you the best information about the current situation in the economic market in order to find the best place possible for yourself. Employers' expectations. Of course, you have your expectation, yeah? But as an employer, I have my expectation to you too. Let's say I'm a restaurant owner, okay? And I'm expecting you, you're working with me, you're a chef. Breakfast starts 7 o'clock. I have 100 people for breakfast. 10 o'clock, you turn up. 100 people not satisfied. These are the core 100 people making the most profit for my restaurant. What happens with my restaurant? I close it and I fire you. And I'm not going to give you a good reference letter. A reference letter, references from previous employers are very important in the future. Why? Because it's a recommendation letter. My new employer can phone and say, okay, this guy was working for you, whatever, Krishna Tapa Bahadu was working for you last year. Was he a good employee? He was always late, you know, I'm not really recommending him. Do you want this? No, we don't want that. So the employer has expectation towards you. Honesty, punctuality, improving skills, etc. Okay, so let's move on. Career opportunities. We will talk about career opportunities definitely. Low and high qualified. We just, as we started this seminar, we actually give a hint to what is the big difference between low and high qualified in terms of salary, because that is the most important thing. Salary, salary, salary. If somebody is not able to understand me, please raise your hand.
I will translate.
Please raise your hand, because the information I'm giving you is unique. There is no other institute is providing you the same information. I prepared myself more than 6 months to prepare, gather all the information that is useful for you. Even if you're not choosing Leon College, if you're choosing some other institutes, this is the best information for you to use in order to achieve your targets and your goals. Labor market change, we talked about it, yeah? Past few years, the labor market has changed, and the requirements towards the vocational professionals are actually in the highlights at the moment. So, expectation towards employees or students, we actually talked about it, so I'm just quickly going through. Employees on demand, not holiday, very important. When you come over to any country, you are technically not on holiday. You are on study or either work or mixed. Because everybody who comes to the college or even to a working environment will have the chance to do ED classes and get vocational certificates from ED classes. But the main thing is, you will have the opportunity in your free time to take it as a holiday. But please consider it as a full-time work, even if it's a study or even if it's a full-time normal skilled or non-skilled work. Very important, because that will create positive vibes for your future and also references for your future and also experience. It is very important, and moving ahead, to consider it is not holiday. So please, when you have your schedule for work, schedule for school, attend. Yeah, we will provide part-time work also with the full-time education as well. So because we are a recruitment company, so you have a combined full package, and it is really good for you because you don't need to look for a job. Sometimes it's very difficult for fresh arrivals to look for a job and find a job because they don't know how, where, when, and etc. etc. So professionals in 1-2 skills. This is expectation from employers towards you, but also it is important to know that if somebody is not having any skills, willingness to have some good skills or learn to use new skills. What is valuable for an employer and also for you, if you improve, teach, become a leader. Very important thing. you know, the healthy rotation of humanity would be education part, working part, then might be opening a business part and teach others for the same thing that you actually learn through your education and your experience gathering time. Very important, I'd say. So please, if you can, improve yourself. You can teach your colleagues at work. If you can teach your colleagues, that your employer will see, oh wow, this guy is good, so I will give him some tasks to manage the people. If you manage the people, that means it's improvement in salary also. Equity, punctuality, honesty. Equity. You expect it, I expect it. Employer expect it, employee expect it. If you become a business person, also you want to expect and give the same thing to your own employees, isn't it? So equity is very important. We don't want people. I don't want to see discrimination because obviously you want to feel good in your skin. When you come over in your free time, you want to visit these nice places, what were actually mentioned in the video, and you want to have a nice, happy life. Punctuality. We talked about punctuality.